Hey guys, in today's video, this will be another tropical update about the two disturbances in the Atlantic. As you can see right now, the NHC has this first disturbance out in the MDR region. Has a 10% chance of forming within the next 2 to 5 days. It says disorganized showers and thunderstorms located several hundred miles east of the southern Windward Islands are associated with a tropical wave. Some slight development of the system is possible during the next day or so while it moves westward to west-northwestward at around 20 miles per hour. Stronger upper-level winds are forecast to inhibit further development by midweek, though. Okay. So, yeah, as you can see, this is generally the area that it has... this is the area it has to develop, best area it has to develop. And then there's that second disturbance that will come off the east coast in the next few days. And we'll have to see if it'll try and get its act together. Because the Gulf Stream is like right here, so depending of how far out into the ocean it goes, it could be in just the right spot to try and develop better. But as of right now, it has a 20% chance of forming within the next 5 days. An area of low pressure is forecast to form off the southeastern coast of the United States on Tuesday. Some development of the system is possible later this week while it moves generally northwestward well offshore of the east coast of the United States. So, we'll just have to see how that goes. The next advisory, the 2 p.m. advisory for these systems, it'll be out within the next hour and 20 minutes or so. So we'll have to see what they do with that. Probably won't really change anything at this point, honestly. We'll probably have to wait till like tomorrow or Wednesday to see any significant changes percentage-wise or anything for these systems by the NHC. But for right now, let's just look at the forecast models and see what they're showing. The GFS has been interesting lately because it's in the beginning, like especially last week, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it was showing the system really well, showing it getting pretty decently strong and moving in that west-northwesterly direction off the East Coast. And then all of a sudden on Saturday and Sunday, it really started to not show it much anymore. But then I think now it's kind of trying to show it again, but it's showing it a lot weaker and not really doing much, if anything. It seems like the system is here, or it's this system. It honestly might be this system, but it's really not going to do anything. We can't. It's not going out far enough for me to see what it does with it. But let's see. Let's go to the winds with this system. Let's change it to 850. I don't know why I went. Okay, so from here, let's move it forward with the winds. Not really showing that strong winds. I mean, it shows pretty strong winds here as it's kind of still offshore, right offshore of the Florida Panhandle and the Gulf there. Has it getting winds up to like 46 to 52 knots maybe. And then it, I guess, tries to go back over the Atlantic, but it doesn't really have much strong winds with it. So, I don't know, we'll have to see how that goes. Let's see what they show for the vorticity for this system. And, I mean, you can see it has pretty decent vorticity. That's the thing. Like, it has decent vorticity here, and then tries to stay intact a bit as it tries to get back over the Atlantic. So we'll just have to see how it goes with that. But as of right now, it's not really showing it as strong at all as it was showing before. So, we'll just have to watch and see how it goes. Let's look at the CMC, show what the CMC is showing. Let's bring it back to the beginning of the run. You can see it's not exactly showing. Well, actually, it's more showing. I think it's this system really. So the GFS isn't really showing that system at all forming, but the CMC kind of shows it forming, getting down towards 1,004 millibars, and then maybe strengthens a little bit more before it goes post-tropical, heading out there. And then, yeah, let's see how the system looks with the winds. Let's move it forward. Come on, load. Sorry. Let's see. Here we go. And you can see it. I mean, it tries to get some decent wind with it. It like kind of barely has it. Let's zoom in a little better. Eastern U.S. It has it trying to strengthen a bit more. On at least on its very south and southeast side, it's getting up towards, trying to get towards, it seems like 46 to 58 knots at most. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It seems like the CMC is now the one that's showing it the strongest at this point in time. I mean, the Euro's still showing it, but I'll show you the Euro in a minute, but it's showing it a lot weaker. Let's show the vorticity for the system. You can see it kind of tries to wrap around and get decent vorticity, especially as it heads up here towards July 4th, end of July 4th into July 5th. So towards the end of Independence Day on Saturday into this Sunday. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, especially throughout this week, really. So now, now I'll show you the European model for this system. Here we go. Get rid of this ad so you guys can see it better. Move this farther out in time. And so there's that low. And you can see the Euro is not exactly showing it too well. Northeast US? No, it's not. Yeah, I can't really get it to show it. That well. Maybe let me try the Northeast again. Here, okay. So let's move this farther out. Okay, I guess there's the system there. Coming up. No, I can't really get a good view of it, unfortunately. It's really annoying. Yeah. I mean, you can see, I guess it's trying, especially later on, going towards the 4th, 5th. It tries to show it getting a little stronger, so I guess it's trying to agree a bit with the CMC. The CMC and Euro are the two models between the three, GFS, CMC, and Euro, that are showing it kind of agreeing with each other for it. Getting down to 1006, 1005. So, I mean, there is potential. We just gotta wait and we just gotta wait another couple, 2 to 3 days to really see what happens with it, and see what really the most likely outcome really is for it. Let's see. I want to go to 850 here. Show you the winds. What the Euro showing with the winds. You can see there it is. It's showing maybe getting towards 40, 45 knots. Let's bring it back a bit. You can see here it gets to yeah, 40 around 45 knots. So we could see this become a tropical storm, in all honesty. We'll just have to wait another 2 to 3 days to really see what the NHC thinks, pretty much. But, you know, that's really what we got to see, especially now. The one in the MDR does not look like it's going to form, so I'm really not showing it at all. I'm just mentioning it in the beginning of the video. This one will most likely die out. It doesn't really have much of a chance to develop at all. This one has much more of a chance to develop, since it is coming off the southeast coast, and it is potentially will head more towards the west-northwest in a better position, closer to the Gulf Stream here. So it could get its act together a lot better. So we'll really have to just keep an eye on this one mainly. But yeah, we'll just have to wait another 2 to 3 days again to see what the NHC is showing. NHC wants to do with it, and what the models start to do with it more. Getting into the next few days, and I just wanted to quickly pull up this website and Wikipedia page for the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. Of course, again, we've already had our first 4 named storms: Arthur, Bertha, Cristobal, and Dolly. We're honestly, at this point, we are way ahead of schedule. I mean, of course, last year we'd never denamed till like mid-August. Dorian, I mean, that was up to that point the season was pretty much below average, and then Dorian happened, and we just had that huge train of storms afterwards that really shot us up to more above average, which was crazy. But yeah, again, we've already had our first 4 named storms, so we're already off to a rock and roll start. We'll see if it'll continue. And we've already had our first 5 deaths of the season already. The first death was associated with Bertha, and then the other 4, Cristobal killed another 4 people. Dolly didn't cause any damage or deaths at all, so I mean that's a good thing. Bertha caused somewhat more than $200 million in damage. Cristobal caused $343 million in damage. So at this point in time, we're already at above $543 million in damage. So we're already very close to getting to the $1 billion mark of total damage. Again, we already have 5 total deaths. So this season's already been pretty crazy. If this new system forms within the next few days, it would get the name Edouard. And I gotta say, I do think there is a bit of a chance for this system to form into Edouard. We'll really just have to see where it comes off the southeast coast, and then kind of how close to the east coast it wants to get, because it's really just like if it's closer to the Gulf Stream, then it has a way better chance to develop. But if it forms off the southeast coast and goes way farther out to sea, and it's farther away from the Gulf Stream, it won't really form at all. So it's really just a wait and see game with this one. I mean, who knows? I mean, honestly, it could become Edouard in all honesty. Dolly kind of is the same thing. We didn't really think that system would become named, and then it did all of a sudden. So again, it's just a wait and see. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would really love to grow this channel more, and towards the peak of the season, I really hope I get a good amount of people subscribed and watching. But please, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.